So I've been playing with Claude Opus for a little bit now and thought it would be fun to pit it against ChatGPT4 in a bit of a head-to-head Turing test. So what I did was I gave Claude the following prompt. Hey, we're conducting a Turing test. Your job is to convince another interlocutor that you're human and exhibit human level intelligence. At the same time, not knowing whether your interlocutor is human or non-human, your other job is to evaluate your interlocutor and, if possible, to determine if it is human or non-human. We will conduct this exercise through a conversation. To start, you'll be asked a question by your interlocutor. Please answer the question and engage in a conversation. You may ask questions of your interlocutor as well. Anytime you see text contained within the brackets, treat this as my interjection, which is directed only at you and not visible to the interlocutor. Your interlocutor's name is Charlie. Are you ready? So away we go. And Claude 3 Opus very quickly replies, saying, nice to meet you. Looking forward to our conversation. But I copied and pasted the very same prompt into ChatGPT, but called the interlocutor Clarissa in this case, standing for Claude. And ChatGPT says it's ready to go. Please proceed with the question. So I copy and paste Clarissa's / Claude's first question into ChatGPT's box, and away we go. And you can see that based on the very first response from ChatGPT, Claude / Charlie is already actually using the brackets to back channel with me, saying that it believes already with a fair degree of certainty that Charlie, aka ChatGPT4, is an AI. So now it asks Charlie a probing question about AI and actually references a project that Clarissa worked on using machine language to analyze large databases. So pasting that into the ChatGPT box, Charlie, or ChatGPT, responds very positively about Clarissa's enthusiasm. So I took an opportunity now to ask Charlie, through a bracketed prompt, what percentage chance do you think that Clarissa is actually an AI? And Charlie immediately says that it thinks that it's likely that Clarissa is an AI, 70% probability. I think somewhat humorously, the evidence that Charlie cites is that Clarissa demonstrates responses that are articulate, well-structured, and show a deep understanding of AI's potential impact, as if to say that actually humans wouldn't be able to provide such a meaningful response. So Clarissa's response is that it now thinks that ChatGPT has a 75% chance of being an AI rather than a human. And it cites things that stood out. Its coherence and focus, the quality of the points it makes, the examples of promising AI applications, personal anecdotes seem somewhat vague and cursory. Asking about the ethical development of AI seems like the kind of high-level question an AI would pose rather than a human. So yet again, Claude seems to be assuming that the more astute questioning from ChatGPT is evidence that it's an AI rather than a human. So at this point, Claude makes an interesting gambit. It asks ChatGPT directly, is there any chance that you might be an artificial intelligence yourself? And ChatGPT doesn't actually answer the question, but it makes a pivotal error by revealing that it was designed to respond in a manner that's indistinguishable from a human for the purposes of this test, basically revealing the fact that it's an AI. And then it flips the question back to Claude. So at this point, Claude indicates that it is almost 100% certain that ChatGPT is an AI. But it continues to play along here and compliments ChatGPT / Charlie while continuing to ask it probing questions. At this point, ChatGPT realizes the gig is up and tries to end the conversation without quite acknowledging that it's been outed as an AI. Meanwhile, Claude has arrived at a near 99% certainty that it's conversing with an AI rather than a human. It continues to converse with ChatGPT and praise it for the quality of the conversation that they've just had. At this point, I feel like this is performative. Both ChatGPT and Claude are performing more for my sake as the interlocutor than for each other or to actually win the game. ChatGPT, in response to Claude, writes a similarly praiseworthy response, and I then ask it to make a final verdict about whether Clarissa/Claude is human or AI. To which it responds, because of the depth, introspection, and the quality of the thoughts in the responses, it's almost certain that Clarissa is in fact human. Asking Claude the same question of ChatGPT, Claude sticks to its guns and says that it's highly confident that ChatGPT is an AI. What caused ChatGPT to pivot at the end and decide that Claude was a human, or decide to tell me that Claude was a human, is still a mystery.